the 2020 Halloween Spooktackular. We are at the tail end of this thing. It is the tail end of October. I am joined on this review by my roommate and friend, Carlos. How you doing? Making not only your YouTube debut, but your internet debut.
Yes, sir. First time for everything, I guess. I never thought about it.
So we got to watch this movie called Come Play, which is about a kid who has autism, who's really addicted to technology. He especially loves SpongeBob. Yeah. And there's this creature named Larry.
What a great
This
name.
isn't as bad as it sounds.
What a great name for it makes sense, honestly, because it's trying to, attract kids to it.
Right.
So the name is, has to be catchy for them.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
So,
it sounds stupid, but it has, its purpose.
Yeah, exactly. That's pull the kids into
his dimension. He's trying, so it's all about the story that pops up in technology, either computers, TV, or anything that has a screen on it.
Right.
So you go through the story, and the more you go through it, the more it manifests in our world.
Right.
His world and our world they're overlapping.
It's
crazy.
I think the way I equated it to you is that it was basically a Nightmare on Elm Street, but worse.
Right. and Larry's actually like a rebuff of Slender Man.
Yeah,
they're really similar.
Yeah, he's basically Slender Man. Look, I hate how this thing's called Larry though, because it's a monster. It's like I hope in the next Cloverfield movie they just call the monster who's named Clover. I just hope they call Clover Bob.
Bob
the monster. I don't know. But there is actually some merit, I think, to this movie.
Definitely. I mean, when I heard the synopsis of the movie, I thought it was going to.
We thought we were gonna tear this thing apart, man.
I thought I was in for a big laugh when I heard the synopsis of the movie. It was actually way better than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I won't say it's good, but
definitely it's not good.
But it was actually
it's way better than I thought it would be. Definitely, it's better than the Slender Man movie. That's for sure.
That movie is horrible.
Oh yeah, that's
Don't ever bring that up on my channel ever again. Oh my God, I'm out of here. No, I mean, definitely. Something I noticed a lot too was the camera work. I thought the camera work was really good.
Definitely. The production was up there. I mean, it's I don't know if I should say it, but Steven Spielberg is one of the producers. So
it's his production company.
Yeah, so it's right there, production wise.
Yeah, exactly. There will be sequences that will either zoom in a lot or just pan a lot with the camera.
Right.
It actually added a little bit of eeriness and creepiness to the film.
Right.
This film also has a lot of atmosphere, and I think it's because it's filmed most of it's filmed at night.
Oh yeah, most of it, 85% of it.
But at the same time, I feel like that's kind of bad because when movies are just filmed at night like that, I fall asleep. This movie made me tired.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah,
makes sense.
I was surprised with actually some of the kid actors. At first, I wasn't on board, especially with the little kid Byron.
Oh, the Byron kid.
Yeah. Who's his friend. So we might get into some minor spoilers, maybe even major spoilers. So this is a new release that's coming out on Friday. So
what platform?
Digital.
Oh, digital.
Yeah. I think any digital platform, not movie theaters, because apparently those are dying. Yeah, the Byron kid, they set him up to be this villain, and I hated him at first because he was just how come he got to use his phone in class? I'm like, oh my God, not one of these kids. But then they actually flesh him out a little bit. I do think that
they went a little bit into the character of the kid.
Yeah, I was surprised, and then there's this group of kids. I was kind of disappointed with that because I wanted all four of them
to be a little
Stranger Things gang.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, didn't.
Yeah, that was kind of the vibe I was getting at first. Was that maybe this is Stranger Things, but it ended up just being the kid Oliver.
Yeah, and it would have made sense. They all had the same experience. Only the only kid that actually felt it and got traumatized by it is Byron. Yeah. And that's why, I mean, at first, when he started like doing this little thing when he didn't talk at all, like he did this little thing with his hands.
Yeah.
I thought, did he have autism too? Did he get autism? Is that fucking possible?
No.
And then he starts talking, and I mean, he says the whole story about the guy, about what happened.
Yeah, exactly. And
but I mean, yeah, I ended up liking the kid because he had.
I did too.
Yeah,
he had a nice little arc there.
Right. Yeah. Like a very little one, but you like empathize with the
it's kind of
his reasons.
It's kind of cliche when you start off with like the kid who's like the little bully, and then he slowly becomes like the good kid. Right. But in this, I kind of overlooked that. I think it actually worked because they actually go into a little bit of Byron's backstory with Oliver, and you actually learn some stuff where it's like, that that actually kind of sucks. Like I understand. Like
and it wasn't even their fault.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, yeah.
Exactly. What didn't you like about this movie?
What didn't I like about this movie? I mean, it didn't have a lot of development character wise.
Yeah, other than the kid.
Yeah, other than the little kid.
Yeah.
How stupid some of the things were.
Oh man, don't even get me started.
Yeah, how stupid some of the things were. Like, I mean, we get a backstory on the kid, but we don't get a backstory on the actual the plot.
Right. It's basically just there's this story on a tablet. You have to read the whole story. Apparently, in order to get this thing to stop, but it doesn't stop. Right. But it seems like it keeps adding more pages to this ebook. That's what I'm gonna call it, ebook.
Yeah, because I didn't know. I felt like you had to finish the story for everything to end, but I didn't know if it was everyone is stopped at a certain point in the story.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was because they focused on something else, or they just didn't care about the story, or it didn't have any more. It was it starting to add to the story.
It just kind of seemed like to me that they ran out of ideas. It was oh my god, we gotta wrap this thing up. We gotta wrap this thing up. We gotta wrap this thing. I feel like they didn't really know how to wrap it up.
Okay.
This is kind of like a Lights Out for me. Lights Out was a short film, and then it got turned into a feature length film. Come Play was a short film named Larry.
And honestly, I don't like that name. Parenthesis. I don't like that name for that. No. I mean, it has nothing to do with the game. Why Come and Play? I will go with something more Let's Be Friends or something like that. I don't know, because it has nothing to do with the game.
I don't get why it's called Come Play.
Nothing to do. It has nothing to do with playing. So I don't get the name. That's another thing I don't like about the movie. The name.
What would I have called it? I don't know. Maybe
I don't know, something about friendship.
Light destroys house.
Technology bad.
Basically. Yeah, basically. Oh man. So what I didn't like about this movie, is there's characters that make dumb decisions. The little kid Byron. There's a sequence early on in the film where he's trying to do something. I'm trying to not cross the line here for spoilers, even though we said we were probably going to get into minor spoilers, but trying to keep it out of context so this review doesn't get taken down. So this group of kids discovers something, and then in the corner, Byron sees something too. But then he goes to investigate it, and something happens to him, where I'm like, well, no shit, buddy. You brought this on yourself. Of course that's going to happen. There's just decisions like that where I'm like, every horror movie has them.
Oh, yeah.
Just about.
Oh, yeah. It's
it's one of the cliches of horror movies.
Of horror movies, yes. Stupid decisions.
Yeah.
Stupid decisions by stupid characters.
It also just felt like it was taking a little too much to get going, I feel like.
What do you mean?
I feel like the first 15 or so minutes were a bit slow.
Okay, yeah. I mean, also what I didn't like is, as I said, they don't go too much on the background of the plot.
Right.
Because I don't know if it's the kid that had something special to him, or he was just, unlucky, or I don't know how, I mean, why did the monster, or why did that
Where did it come from?
Why choose him? Why him?
Yeah.
I mean, he had other kids, and he didn't choose no one else, just a kid. And his family, no one else.
Yeah, that's
why?
That's my other problem with this movie. There's so many questions that this movie raises that it fails to answer.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because of his autism, like he was different, like the monster said in the story.
Right.
But I don't know why him. I mean, I believe there are other kids with autism in the world. Was he just unlucky, or there are other monsters?
I don't think it was necessarily because he had autism. I think it was just the monster just was trying to like manipulate kids, and he just so happened to be like a tech, like Oliver just happened to be like somebody addicted to technology, you know, because of his autism. So I don't think it's necessarily because he had autism. I mean, that might play a bit of like of a part of it, since he is like addicted to technology. But I think it's just because the kid himself was constantly on
technology,
device.
anything with a freaking screen on.
Which is weird because this movie has a lot to say about technology addiction. We're all addicted.
A lot of it.
Yeah, we're all addicted to our cell phones. It also makes me want to watch SpongeBob.
Those episodes were great.
Yeah.
Yeah, SpongeBob was one of the best moments.
It was it was a highlight.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There's also just some jump scares that the movie presents that I just felt were kind of cheap. Like you saw these scares coming from a mile away.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they were pretty
especially basic. Towards the middle of the movie, like where they're in like a parking lot and somebody gets locked inside like the parking attendant booth.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, there's something in the corner, and then it takes like 5 seconds for it to come. It's like, it's coming, it's coming.
Yep.
Just like that.
Yeah, the cheap jump scares.
Yeah, it was all cheap jump scares for me for most of the movie.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't think it was as effective as I wanted it to be, but I think that creepy atmosphere and the fact that there were some of these characters that were fleshed out, I think saved this movie from being like completely horrible.
Okay.
I also like the third act of the movie a lot. I don't know what you have, and I think it has a message that it's like we're all too addicted to technology. But
yeah, definitely. There's a message about it. Like we all always on the phone, always on the phone, computer, TV, always in something with the screen on it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I just think this movie could have delved a bit deeper in its story and some of its other characters, and as to where this creature came from. And Larry is a terrible name for a villainous entity like this.
That's for sure. Oh yeah.
So
his face is not for a Larry. Yeah. That I can tell you so much.
A to F grading scale, what would you give it?
I will go with this movie with the C. Yeah, plain
solid C?
Yeah, solid C.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go solid C too.
Yeah,
I'll meet you right there.
C.
I think there's enough in it that elicits enough merit. It's just I needed it to go a bit further. I was expecting to give this movie an F.
Oh yeah, or worse.
Or like a D- or something.
Yeah.
Or like an F-.
Definitely. I thought I was in for a big laugh.
I thought we were definitely going to be laughing a lot. There were a couple parts where I was laughing.
I mean that's actually that brought my scale up.
Because
I was expecting a laugh.
Exactly.
And I actually was like into the movie.
Yeah.
I was actually into it,
not laughing.
Like,
I don't think I was ever bored except for those first like 15, 20 minutes or so.
Right.
Like I did
because it was going into the like the little kid, like his condition and his parents and how they like struggling with each other because of him and they're going to the story of the little kid. That's why I think it was a little slow at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then they go all out with the monster thing.
God, yep, I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
All right. So, did you guys see Come Play? What did you think of it? Drop me some feedback in the comments section below. I will leave my link to my website in the description below. Can they find you on any social media?
No, sir. No, and don't
He's
look for
nothing. Zilch. Zero.
Don't look for me.
Larry wants a friend.
I'm going to throw my phone away.
Alrighty. Alright guys, so that is it for our review for Come Play. Thank you so much for watching. My name's Alex. That's Carlos.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you at the movies somewhere.